This is the story of us. 75 years of literary voices bound by one name, Palanca. It began with a tribute. When Carlos Palanca Sr. passed, his family lit a candle in his memory, a light that shone brighter as it became a celebration of those who dared to write the story of the Filipinos. Carlos Palanca Sr.
was a businessman and a philanthropist.
a man who valued education, culture, and the written word. Through vision and perseverance, he ventured into business and built a successful legacy, one that would stand the test of time and generations. In 1914, moved by a deep concern for the education of the Filipino people, he founded the Philippine Chinese Educational Association, recognizing that learning was the foundation of progress and unity. During his 15 years of leadership, this endeavor gave rise to more than 100 Chinese schools across Manila and the provinces, shaping young minds and strengthening communities. His dedication left a profound and lasting mark on the nation's educational landscape, a legacy that his descendants continue to build upon with the same sense of purpose, service, and vision that guided him throughout his life. In 1950, his family established the Carlos Palanca Memorial Awards for Literature to honor his memory and nurture the literary voices that would shape a nation's literary soul. What began as a modest effort to promote excellence in Philippine letters has since flourished into the country's most prestigious literary recognition. From its early years, honoring short stories in English and Filipino, the Palanca Awards have grown to embrace a wide spectrum of genres: poetry, plays, essays, novels, screenplays, children's literature, and works in regional languages, reflecting the richness and diversity of our national imagination. From that light, a tradition was born to honor those who put words to memory, to truth, and to hope. They wrote of love and loss, of freedom and fear, of everything that we couldn't say aloud. Each time a writer earns a Palanca Award, they embody both achievement and aspiration, a testament to their devotion, to their craft and passion. In every honor lies the quiet resolve to write anew, to uncover words yet unwritten, and to give life to the stories that shape us. It is this pursuit that keeps the Philippine literary landscape burning bright. Through the decades, the flame was passed on. From the first Palanca laureates to today's dreamers, writers, thinkers, teachers, students, parents, and everyday heroes, each finding their voice in the same steadfast light that has guided generations. This Diamond Jubilee year, over 2,000 entries, more than ever before, filled the pages of the Palanca story. 20 categories, 57 judges, 54 writers, each one a light added to our nation's growing constellation of writers. For 75 years, more than 2,600 Filipino writers have earned their place in these pages. Among them are 12 national artists for literature and 30 members of the Palanca Hall of Fame, an honor bestowed upon those who have achieved 5 first prizes in the regular categories. Together, their 2,735 winning works form a living archive that chronicles the evolution and excellence of Philippine literature. Throughout its history, The Palanca Awards have also been recognized for its lasting influence on the nation's cultural life. It has received numerous distinctions, which comprises, among others, recognition from UNESCO as part of its living human treasures of artists, writers, and artisans. The tanging parangal in the Gawad CCP para sa sining. In the CCP Centennial Honors for the Arts. These honors stand as testament to the Palanca Awards' enduring contribution to the enrichment and preservation of Philippine letters. Beyond the numbers and accolades, the true legacy of the Palanca Awards lies in the journeys of its winning works and writers, how their stories have continued to shape, inspire, and elevate Philippine literature. Through every era, the Palanca's light has remained unbroken, its flame carried by those who write with originality and read with hope. That is how the stories transcend, moving beyond time and border, connecting us all through the power of words. From various parts of the Philippines to distant corners of the world, their stories live on. For we believe that every written word enriches us, as readers, as writers, as thinkers, and as a nation. Their words ignite a light that continues to shape Philippine literature, inspiring others to put pen to paper. They breathe life into their own stories, keeping the spirit of our literary heritage alive. As the world continues to change through the decades, writers give voice to their times, preserving life in words that endure. In the hands of our Filipino writers, poets, and playwrights, literature is a refuge, bringing us to a solitary space that captures our imagination. The devotion to craft and to art that outlives the moment keeps the flame alive. For every writer, the truest power of words lies not in persuasion, but in creation, a brilliance that stands the test of time. To write is to endure, to believe that even in an age of fast opinions and fleeting voices, there is still power in the written word. Perhaps that is what it means to write, to create something with a lasting impact, something that moves the hearts and minds of others. For the truest reward of every story is not the recognition, but the resonance, the quiet change it makes in someone else's life. From classrooms to workplaces, from homes to cities, and to faraway towns, their stories live on. Because every written tale enriches us, not just as readers, but as citizens of a nation that finds meaning through words. Each Palanca story builds upon another. It shapes how we see each other and how we see the country. These milestones were more than just awards. They served as living reminders of the pages we contributed to the story of us, the Filipinos. From paper to pixels, from ink to light, the words remain. The stories adapted, transformed,
and found new voices. The truth, however, remains the same. Our stories will always be told. "75 years later, the pen continues to write. The flame still burns in every young hand that dares to remember and reimagine." The writers continue writing their own truths, one word at a time. For every award received is not an ending, but a spark that ignites the next story waiting to be told. The flame carried from hand to hand remains, a quiet testament that literature, like light, transcends time. From the first spark lit in memory to the hands that kept the flame alive, this is the story of how we wrote and remembered. We honored our beginnings, we passed the light across generations, we wrote through our times, and watched each tale take part in our nation's living page. All of these are the stories of who we were, who we are, and who we will become. Because every page written is proof that the story goes on, and one day, it will be your words that light the way for those who come after.
The Old Testament prophet Daniel wrote 2,600 years ago, "Until the time of the end, many will roam to and fro, and knowledge will increase." These words are a reminder that the ideas, values, and opinions we publish now have the potential to warn, transform, prepare, and enlighten our readers in the future. So, for all our honored writers here tonight, may your lives and your masterpieces be infused with eternal value, far beyond the earthly acclaim of a venerable Palanca Award.